Where do rich men hide their money? Today I am going to talk about 10 surprising places where the rich hide their money. The first one is my favorite, and the last one is the most important for you ladies because it could change your life. Welcome to Academy of High Society, an online finishing school for women who want to pursue a refined lifestyle and a loving relationship. If you do not want to miss important information to help you enter the high society, please subscribe and click the notification button below. Number 1. Private bank. The origin of commercial banks is private banks, by managing personal finance for wealthy families. Private banking sounds like its name, offering enough personalization and privacy for rich people. Private banking provides personalized financial services and products to high net worth individuals. How much money do you need to qualify for private banking? Some banks require 6 figures, but most of them require at least $1 million. The wide range of services may include investment portfolio management, tax services, insurance, financial planning, retirement planning, and wealth management. Private banking offers a more personalized approach by assigning a private banker or a manager for each client. These customized services make the transaction much easier since the private banker or the management team knows the client well for their situations and repeated transactions. So the client does not need to visit the branch in person to do wire transfers, order, deposit, or mail checks. Clients have a chance to get a better interest rate for mortgages, loans, and line of credits. They also generate a higher interest rate for money market accounts, a higher overdraft limit, and free of overdraft fees. Number 2. Their company. M.J. DeMarco's book The Millionaire Fastlane indicates that the fastest way to accumulate wealth and change social class is to start a business, profit from that business, and sell that company after several years. In the meantime, a rich man can hide his wealth inside his company as well. If a business owner has assets under his name, he is at risk of losing these assets whenever he gets sued personally or gets a divorce. You have no idea how often a rich man faces jealousy, blackmail, threat, and lawsuits. A public company's CEO might sue and get sued personally for over 100 times during a year, since everyone will want a piece of his fortune. So most business people usually do not leave a lot of cash or assets under their name. They put the most money in their business for cash flow purposes, and they buy or lease their apartment, car, or even more expensive assets, such as private jet and yacht, using their company's name. These assets can also save business tax by counting on depreciation. Depreciation allows business owners to deduct expenses by writing off part of the cost over a period of time. Besides tax benefits, the company owner can also live in that apartment, drive the luxury car to work, fly the private jet worldwide, and use its credit card to check into luxury hotels and restaurants for business. There is no difference by owning these under their name, besides using them for business purposes. Number 3. Stock. Once a company goes public, stock can be created from the air to raise capital. A single share of the stock represents a piece of ownership of a corporation, and the business owner's net worth skyrocketing after the IPO because of his most significant fraction of ownership. Most of the businessman's most prominent part of his net worth is from his stocks. Stock is a paper wealth instead of cash. As long as the stock owner does not sell them, he will not pay any tax for it, no matter how much it grows. So why bother to cash it out while the company is still growing and profiting? Number 4. Fine art. Rich people love art, and it is part of their lifestyle. Many heirs go to art school to study oil painting, sculpture, theater art, and art history. Ultra-riches bid millions of dollars on a piece of art in an auction house. They enjoy the pleasure of owning them and also the value appreciation during years. Artworks from established artists usually have a 10% appreciation in value each year. In 2019, the United States remained the world's largest art market, with a total sale value of $29.9 billion. In high society, friends buy and sell art between each other from their private art collections. If a piece of art is sold and money is deposited into the bank, the tax will be implemented. However, tax can be avoided if the money is reinvested into another piece of art. For some rich people who illegally make their money, an art market is a great place for money laundering. Just by buying and selling valuable art can wash millions of dollars from illegal to legal. Number 5. Real estate. Over 70% of rich people accumulate their wealth from real estate. Almost all rich people own real estate, such as single-family houses, apartment buildings, office buildings, and storage places. Real estate can be bought as a hedge against inflation. Property owners enjoy the monthly cash flow from tenants and appreciation throughout the year. Owning real estate saves business income tax from asset depreciation and defers capital gains taxes by investing in another like-kind property. Number 6. Trust fund. Trust fund is usually set up for the rich's family to secure some assets to ensure their future. The rich person, called a grantor, set up a legal entity as a trust that holds assets on his behalf, managed by a neutral third party, called a trustee. He can decide who will be the beneficiary of it. Assets in a trust fund could be cash, real estate, stock, a company, and so on. And the grantor can add or remove at any time he wants. It is a better way to pass it to family members rather than a will because of its flexibility, privacy, legal protections, and tax benefits. It separates the rich's assets away from his lawsuits and debts, so he can pass them along to whoever and whenever he wants. It also protects the beneficiary's debts collectors from touching these assets. Number 7. Overseas. Offshore banking accounts, companies, and assets are unspoken secrets among the rich. Lebanon, Luxembourg, Belize, Germany, and Switzerland are famous for their secure banking systems. Today, Switzerland still holds insanely a large amount of the richest money for its reputation as the best offshore banks to hide money from the government and lawsuits. Switzerland has stable political and economic climates than any other country in the world. Besides that, Switzerland has privacy laws prohibiting disclosing your bank account information except for criminal acts. The Cayman Islands and the British Virgin Islands are the best tax haven for the rich as well. The Cayman Islands do not charge corporation taxes, income taxes, and capital gain taxes. The British Virgin Islands has no capital gain tax, sales tax, and wealth tax. The Panama Papers reveal that half of the offshore companies are located in the British Virgin Islands. Offshore entities would not be illegal unless they were involved in unlawful activities such as tax evasion, fraud, or international sanctions. Despite the tax saving and asset protection purposes, rich people see rising opportunities in some developing countries. Singapore is one of these countries because of its fast developing economy and Southeast Asian location for companies that want to enter the emerging Asian market. Singapore offers startup companies a tax exemption for up to $125,000 of $200,000 business income in their first 3 years of business, and there are no capital gain taxes. India is referred to as the next billion internet users, a must-have market for U.S. tech companies. Brazil, the backyard of the United States of America, is a country where many American businesspeople are optimistic about its economy and market. In 2019, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway had their eyes on Dubai's real estate market because of the fast-growing population and economy. Number 8. Cryptocurrency. The most famous cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is started in 2009 as a digital currency used to exchange products, services, or other currencies from users to users on the internet. Although Bitcoin faces many criticizing for some illegal transactions, Bitcoin has over 5.8 million active users and creates 18,000 Bitcoin millionaires. Bitcoin's price started from nearly nothing to $10,000 per coin. Surpassing the traditional assets such as gold, silver, Bitcoin becomes a trendy topic for a long time because of its uniqueness and potential to become a major currency or inflation hedge. Number 9. Private foundation. An affluent individual or family usually establishes a private foundation as a charitable organization. A private foundation can last generations to generations. It is a beneficiary for family members to be employed or served as a board of directors who manage and invest those assets and receive charitable contributions. The rich and his family can set their salaries and decide how to donate. They can accept different types of investments for donations. Private foundations also have significant tax benefits for the rich. For example, avoiding capital gain taxes depends on what kind of assets contributed. Reduce their income tax, reduce estate taxes, and increase tax-advantaged assets growth. Number 10. Their loved ones. Some rich men put a portion of their money under the name of their loved ones. It happens when running a business that has a higher chance of getting involved in illegal activities. For example, gambling and casino businesses often face money laundering. Sometimes business people or politicians in third world countries involved in embezzling money or offend someone big could result in prison or escaping from their homeland. They often put some money under the name of their long-term girlfriends or wives who they can trust, just in case something might happen to them. They may also want to secure their money, their women's and children's future by doing this. If anything happens to them, who will be the greatest beneficiary of this money? But please always remember, your life and your safety is always much more important than money. Where else do you know rich men hide their money? Let us know in the comment. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and click the notification button below. If it is your first time here, Academy of High Society is an online finishing school teaching high society lifestyle, upper class dating culture, social etiquette, personal development, fashion, and financial freedom. Please check out our website if you want to learn more about entering high society. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.